How you been?
Well, Phil, I've only talked to you about 5 minutes ago when we recorded the last podcast, so
Yep.
things have been shit. I hate doing this. I quit. Me.
Yeah.
You
We
wouldn't
get,
ASMR.
I can't.
Yeah, you can't. Do I have to say it again? Don't be a quitter. Try. Try it right now.
No. I don't
Yes.
want to throw out my voice right before the
You're
podcast.
not gonna throw it out. Just try it.
No.
Say just say hi. ASMR. Let's go. Hello there, guys. You doing today?
Yep. Not happening.
What?
Because my voice doesn't go that low. Well, it doesn't go that
You know what?
light.
You know what? You're a quitter.
Oh well. So, anyways, yeah, so not much has happened. I still have my copy from the place that exploded, so that's great.
I still have what's left of my. It's mostly just the ice.
Yeah. So we're
Can you
gonna
hear
just
that? But I do though have a backup drink, and it is the one and only Poland Springs water bottle. There's no nutritional facts on it, but don't forget it is a choking hazard. So do not eat the cap. Don't eat it. It looks delicious, but don't do it.
see they used to make the caps these big man-sized caps.
Well, and now they
Now they're
do them
tiny, and
tiny,
now they're tiny little choking hazards.
tiny little choke.
That sounded really bad. I apologize.
Wonderful. What a great start to a podcast. But remember, you can scan for more info. Maybe if I scan it, that's where the nutritional facts will be.
Well, you can find that out in between episodes because we're going to jump into our topic for this one because we got an interesting one this time. We've been toying around with this idea for a while because we really like to talk about music and anime on this show.
So why not combine the two?
So, disclaimer going ahead, you're going to hear a lot of butchered Japanese pronunciations.
Yeah. Especially because like they never really name them during the shows or anything. Like it's just shown on a credit screen. So
yes.
we're
So
sorry.
we're going to apologize in advance now for any names that get butchered here. We're sorry.
Yes.
So our topic for this episode is we're going to be talking about our top 10 favorite anime intros.
Yes.
And anime intros honestly have become almost more like their own like culture along with anime because they're legitimate songs created by Japanese like pop, metal, rock bands.
Oh yeah. Like
And
especially when you compare like an American cartoon to like an anime intro, like an American cartoon intro to a it's not even comparable. Like and especially like too, like all of these songs that we're going to talk about, all of them are on Spotify to listen to with a full song.
for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, but all of them are like it's a full song. Like someone wrote a whole song for it. Like where an American one is like maybe a 1 minute or even like probably a 30-second just do intro, and that's about it. Like and it's not
keep in mind there are exceptions though. Some American cartoons.
There are exceptions, but for the most part, you're not. I mean, maybe you are, but I don't think you're playing the SpongeBob intro on repeat. You know.
Hey, don't judge.
I'm judging, but like it's different. You know, it's great intro, perfect for the show, but not something I would listen to on a daily basis.
You know what happens with American/British intros? They become like memes on TikTok, like the Thomas the Tank Engine intro.
Yeah, we just make it cursed.
Yeah, but yeah, so just a forewarning, obviously, because of copyright reasons, we're not going to be playing any of the songs on this episode.
Yeah,
because that's a can of worms I don't even want to open.
But we will be sharing. We did make playlists, so we will be sharing the playlist after, so you can listen to them.
I'm going to provide the playlist links in the description of this podcast.
Listen as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to figure it out a little because the names aren't exactly going to match up because we had to translate a little bit.
Mine is in order, so
mine will be in order once I post it. It's not at the moment because I made it in a rush. But yeah. So we're going to start with intros, and Do you want to go first or should I go first?
You can go first, and we're gonna start reverse order, kind of like how we've done with
Yeah.
our, anime countdowns before and
Yes.
stuff. Um,
So we're gonna go
10
from
to 2.
do some honorable mentions and
Yep.
then we'll go our number ones.
Yes.
All right. So my number 10. This was tough because there was a lot of intros I really love, and I was trying
Yeah.
to keep them down. Like my honorable mentions might raise some eyebrows, honestly. But
Okay.
my number 10 intro to me is Home by Asako Toki from Fruit Baskets. I believe it is the season 2 opening, or the second opening of season 2.
That intro did not make my list, but I do love that intro. It's a very very sweet song, and it's perfect for the show.
So the Fruit Baskets intros are very all over the place to me. Like I admit they're not all great. The outros are better in my opinion. Particularly season 3 has a great intro and outro.
Mm.
Um, but I didn't really want to do Pleasure for this one just because Pleasure is good, but it's a little aggressive.
I prefer Home. Like, I prefer the intro of that one. I agree.
Home is like the most Fruit Baskets feeling one to me. Like it's
Like,
very
I feel like when you listen to that song, you just kind of picture like Toru on a stroll with all her other friends, and it's like it very much fits the vibe of the
it's
show.
it's both positive but also melodramatic, and it fits
Yeah.
the tone very well.
Yeah.
That's what. So I threw it in at number 10.
Nice.
So what was your number 10?
My number 10 was Limit Break Survivor by
Oh,
Kiyoshi Hikawa, which is the Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power intro. I freaking love this song. Like, I listen to it every single time I'm watching Tournament of Power. I never skip the intros. It really pisses Bill off when I don't skip the intros,
oh
but
well, this is an exception. I
yeah,
Limit Break
this
Survivor.
song is a banger. I mean, like, it was really hard. Like, there's so many good ones. I will say though, like, listening to it without watching the like actual intro playing, it does feel different. I don't know
Hmm,
why, but like when I listen to it while watching like the opening credits, like it just like it gets me more hyped. And like I still get hyped listening to it, but when it's on Spotify, I don't get as hyped. I don't know why. I just feel like the animation kind of brings the song even more. Like it even more like, yeah, yeah, I'm
It's
excited.
it's an interesting one. I'll actually save it for later in the list.
Okay.
You may know why.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I will say though that is a good choice.
Yes.
So number 9 for me is Maguro Mano by Takuma Terashima.
Mhm.
And this is I believe it is the season 2 opening for That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Okay.
It's either season 2 part 1 or season 2 part 2. I can't remember exactly. Or it might be season 1. It's one of the slime intros though. That's all that matters.
Mhm.
It is a very melodramatic kind of song. Like the slime intros are weird. They're very like kind of like moody sounding. They're not super bombastic, and that's kind of why I like them.
Bombastic. I love that word.
Even though the Slime Diaries intros are just super are ironically bombastic. So,
Yes.
but yeah, I enjoyed this one very much. It was super moody, like, but also like very like calming at the same time.
Hmm. Uh, I kind of forgot about the slime intros. They're not super memorable to me. So I'm going to need to refresh on that one. I know there was one that I particularly liked. I have a feeling it's that one, but I'll need to refresh.
Yeah, it's funny with the slime intros. Like you know all of them, you just can't remember.
Yeah. It's like I know them, and if I heard them, I'd be like, "Oh, that's from Slime," but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what they were.
Yeah, it's good though. The artists that they got to do them did a very good job. So what do
Nice.
you have for number 9?
My number 9 is Brand New World by D51, which is One Piece's opening 6 intro. I love this one. It's very upbeat, and like it just kind of starts out with them like super happy, and it's a very fun and vibrant intro, and I believe it was I'm not sure if it was the first one where they changed the format to only doing an intro, but I believe it's one of the ones where there's only an intro.
So you're
Um,
saying you say Brand New World. Is this the intro for the app post time skip?
no, this was pre-time skip.
Okay, so I'm just
Yeah,
guessing at
this
that
was
point.
I believe this was during the Water 7 arc. I think it was during that one. But yeah, I love this one. It's very upbeat, very fun to listen to. And like you can even like kind of sing along with it too, which is pretty nice. And I feel like when you can just automatically be like "Da, da, da," like it comes right to your head, you're like, okay, like that this is a good bop. So this is probably one of my favorite One Piece intros.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So wow, at number 9.
I will say, like, I love the One Piece intros, but like not all of them are on Spotify, which kind of sucks. And then I don't listen to them as much because I don't have access to them, so I kind of forget about them. But
Hmm.
this one is on there. So I do listen to this one quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
But a lot of them aren't. A lot of the One Piece ones aren't on there, or it's like a cover, but I don't know. I can listen to some covers, like, if I'm going in like, if it's an Amelie cover, like, I'm listening like, she's amazing. But if it's just some random guy listening to it to listen to the song, I'm like, I'll pass."
yeah. Um, it's interesting. So you can tell Alex isn't biased for this list because One Piece hasn't taken over all of it.
No, I tried not to be biased, like, because there's another One Piece intro that I almost put on there, but I put it in the one honorable mentions because it's, this one I prefer more.
Nice. So for me, number 8 is Kara no Kokoro
Mhm.
by Anli, which is the final opening for Naruto Shippuden.
Oh, okay.
So
I might have that.
it's it's the intro that played during the final segment of the show where it was after
Where
it
they
was
were
during
adults?
so it was after the time skip. It was kind of like all the stuff post the last
Mhm.
film during that whole period of time after the war, but before Baruto. It's the period that I wish they expanded more upon because it's such a fascinating time for the
Mm,
series.
yeah.
That had an intro though, and it is such a like Naruto intros are just bops in general.
Yeah. I
Like,
will say, like, I was tempted to put a Naruto intro on here, Bluebird, like, that intro
but you
wonderful,
haven't,
but I haven't watched the show, so I'm like, I can't put that on there unless I've watched the show, but I can
yeah.
confirm there's some really good Naruto intros.
Like we'll be getting to it later, but like even Baruto, like for as much as that show, I believe our buddy Matt made the comment needs to take mental health break from that show at times.
Yes.
Um, even though that show has questionable quality, it has the same quality bops that we might be hearing from more later. Hint, hint.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh, but yeah, the final intro for Shippuden to me, like it has stuck with me forever. I just love how like upbeat it is, and it fits the whole like post like war kind of tone that the show had. So what's your number 8, Alex?
My number 8 is Bloody Stream by Coda, which is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 intro. And
Bloody Stream.
it is just the one of like the more like I feel like the ones that were kind of I mean a lot of the JoJo's ones are good, but this one is just like it's so funky and like just so like kind of zany and it's like the black sheep of like the other intros and I just love it. Especially cuz like it's the arc where it's Joseph Joestar when he's younger and he's just like he's the goofiest Joestar like and
Yeah,
it fits his part so well. I love Bloody Stream. It is so good. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Uh,
good. You should
love it. I
I've
love the
listened to
name.
it a lot in the car. Like, I feel like you've listened to it. It's that one that's like, I I can't sing, so I'm not gonna sing, but
When you
you've
post
listened to it.
when you post your playlist, I will listen to it
You
after.
won't
So
recognize it. You'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I've heard this one many a times because it's such a funky, fun bop."
hmm, nice.
Yes.
So my number 7. This is a very well known recent one. Is Kickback by Kenshi Yonzu
Ah,
from Chainsaw Man.
okay.
This intro, you hear the bass and you're just hooked from there. It's like the do, 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 and then you hear the freaking keyboards in the background. It goes so hard for no
Yeah.
reason. And it's like Chainsaw Man's an interesting one because the intro doesn't change at all throughout the series, but they have different outros for every episode, which is
Yeah.
crazy. That bass though is so like that distorted bass that plays like in the fact that they did like CGI animation for the intro. It's just an interesting touch to me, and it really gets you in the mood for how crazy this show is.
Yeah.
Like it's so dark and
I made
insane.
Bill most like he skipped it a couple times, but I would yell at him if he tried to skip it. I'd be like, "Do not skip it."
I skipped
I
it when you were in
want
the
to listen.
bathroom. Like,
I
you
would
go-
be pissed. I'd be like, "I want to listen to it while I'm in the bathroom too." Like, it's such a good pop. Ugh.
Yeah. Now that one surprised me for a modern one, just how like catchy it was.
Mhm.
The bass slaps. But what's your
Bass
number
does
7,
slap.
Alex?
My number 7 is Welcome to Chaos by No Name, which is the Dorohedoro intro. I love this intro. It very much fits the vibe of the show.
It jump scares you because it's like a scream when it starts.
Yeah, it is like a scream, and like it fits the vibe of the show. One of my favorite things about the intro is when there's like a scene of Nikaido and she's making gyoza, but she's just like it's showing her face like insane, likely chopping the meat, and it's so iconic. I love it. It kind of like Chainsaw Man. It gets me hyped for the show every time. I rarely ever skipped it. Same with the outros for that show as well. Yeah, that one, it's just a bop, and it just fits so well with the show where it opens with that scream. Yeah, and it fits because like one of the things like the show always does is like at the end of the show, like, and we are entering chaos or entering entering darkness or something at the end.
The little
Whenever
radio
they're
announcer voice at the end.
at the
Yeah.
end, and it's like it fits. It just fits the vibe of the show so well, and it's just such a like funky song. I love it.
Yeah, Dorohedoro's got some great intros. It's
It's
particularly
all
some
by
great
the same
outros.
artists too.
Yeah, no, by far. We'll be hearing more from them probably in the next episode we're going to be doing. If you could take a guess what that is, spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now going on to number 6. My number 6, speaking of Baruto, is Over by Little Glee Monster. It is the second opening for Naruto, and this song is way catchier than it has any reason to be. It is like a straight up 70s like doo-wop song. It's like the one
All
that's
right.
like the like like it goes so hard, and it's like, why is this so catchy?
Why is it doing this? Yeah.
Like I added it to my anime playlist like years ago, back when it first aired, and I was listening it to the playlist once, and I'm like, what is this like 60s doo-wop song doing in here? And I looked, I'm like, oh, it's a Baruto intro, so I had to go back and listen to it, and I was like, it goes so hard.
And talking about like just the styles, that's one thing that's so cool about the anime intros is that like they really like it's such a broad range where it can be like those soft melodic songs like Home versus like a doo-woppy Naruto intro or like a full death metal intro for some of them as well. Like it's so interesting the range of just what the intros can be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's like it's straight up an anime intro that makes you want to dance. Like that's how like hard it goes.
Yeah.
So what's your number 6, Alex?
My number 6 is Wild Side by Ali or Ollie. It's ALI. So Ali or Ollie. And that's actually the Beastars intro for season 1. What I love about this intro is that like it starts off with like this very like the whole song is building up to like the end of the song. And it's very like you can just feel it the whole time. And there's like it's very jazzy. There's like trombones and like trumpets in the background, saxophones, and it's like he's more kind of like not singing, it's more of like the speak singing, like where he's more just like talking, almost rapping, I would say. And then like it pops to the ending where he's just like the song changes the vibe and it just like turns into a different song and it just goes full on dancing, like full on jazz and it's so fun. I love it. Like it's one of those intros that I listen to all the time whenever I'm watching that show. And I love listening to the full song because like it make the build up go so much longer and then when you get to like the final like it's even better. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost like on the show, the buildup isn't enough. And then like when you listen to the full song, I actually like it more. Like there's more buildup to it, and it just makes the ending so much more enjoyable.
No, totally. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I love the ones like that. They're just so like you just get into them. You're like every time you got to go.
Yeah, like, I listen to it every time, and it's, like it's very funky and, like, so different from, like, other intros. Because the 2nd season intro is also really good, but it completely flips. It's by, Yoasobi, who does, like, the intro for, Idol, who
Oh
does
yeah.
Idol for Oshinoko, which also a really great intro, but this one just, like, it it honestly helped draw me into watching the show because I wasn't super interested in it despite the only thing that really was drawing me in was just the animation style, looking at
Mm,
3D, and the intro honestly kinda kept me in it. It drew me into the show more.
hmm,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So for number five, my number five pick is Rain by Sid, which is the final opening
I have a
for
Sid on here too!
nice. It is the final opening for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Mhm.
It is so the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood intros are a little all over the place. Some of them are really hype, some of them are kind of more mellow. This one I feel like is like it's a perfect representation for like where it is in the show's narrative. It's like the final one, so it's like this is the climax of the show, and it has a really good like just like the way it kind of gets you into it every episode. You're like, yeah, this is it. Like we're finally getting there.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed this one, and it was interesting because like I haven't fully watched FMAB in a while, so like going through all these openings again, I'm like, I remember these. These were hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's plus the animation and stuff, and like just like the way it shows Alan Ed's Ed and Al's like journey through the series as they've
Mhm.
gone on. Great stuff, like right away.
Nice.
So what's your number five, Alex?
My number 5 is, Tombi by Kiv Baba. Might be butchering that, and it is for Trigun Stampede.
Oh, nice.
Um, this song, I love this intro. Um, it's very mellow and chill, but it's also, like it really gets you going into the show. I feel like it kind of tries to bring in those classic Western elements that are in the Trigun series. Like the original intro to Trigun is very much like Westerny. And it kind of brings that elements, but it also is incorporating the more like almost cyberpunk aspects that the new series has. It's just a very chill song. But when I first listened to it, I was like, it starts out with like a doon 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 doon, and it like you're instantly kind of hooked onto it. I love it. I When I was watching the show, I watched the intro every single time, and I think I listened to it on repeat for like a good month straight after watching it.
Nice.
Um, yeah, because it was just really good, and it was like cool. It was cool because I mean, I love that. I mean, most shows kind of have Japanese artists because it is Japan, but this was an artist who I don't think is originally from Japan. I think I mean just by the name Kiv Baba, I don't think he's certain. I don't think he's from Japan, but he did a really excellent job, and it was just kind of like his vocal style was just different, but I feel like
Hmm,
it fit the show because it wasn't that traditional, like J-pop kind of vocals.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a show I got to try at some point. It's just way
it's
down the line.
It's really good, and I think too, like, especially kind of what I talked about Beastars or earlier, that was, like, Studio Orange's kinda first big animation, and
Hmm,
just the animation quality from Beastars to Trigun improved tremendously. Like, the 3D looks really good. Like, Studio Orange is doing excellent job in the 3D aspect.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. So my number four is our first repeat. It is
Oh.
also Limit Break X Survivor. Um,
Nice.
so the reason why I held off is basically this song is so hype. Like,
Mm.
so what's interesting to me is like for years this song was not on Spotify and it
We
was
were
really,
so butthurt for so
but
long.
it's interesting to me because I actually for a long time preferred the original Dragon Ball Super intro that plays for the
Mm.
majority of the series,
Yep.
which is also really hype. But because I remember when I first heard Limit Break X Survivor, I
Oh,
was
shit.
like,
I just hit
you,
my table with my footstool. Sorry.
okay, you get over it.
Sorry. It banged into the desk, which uh-oh. My screen is blurry, but it's fine. It'll figure itself
Okay.
out later.
um, but yeah, like so, like when I first heard Limit Break X Survivor, I was like, I didn't really vibe with it at first. I thought it was kind of like a little too like jarringly different. But
Mhm.
after my second rewatch of the series, like it is so hype. Like it just like it's like kicks you right from the start. It's like do 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 like just
It
crazy stuff. Like
and it fits the arc so well. Cause like the other intro I just don't think would be as hyped to get you excited about the Tournament of Power.
mm, yeah, it's so fast and like just like it kicks so much. Your camera's fixed, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
uh, it's so fast and so hype that like it just like you get like super into it and you just can't stop listening to it. And when it's over, you're like, damn, but now I get to watch the episode.
Mm.
Yeah, Limit Break X Survivor though, that's an excellent,
Yes.
excellent intro.
Excellent. Excellent.
So
Uh,
Alex, what's your number 4?
my number 4 is VIP by Sid. It's the the Labyrinth of Magic intro. I believe the first intro. I think they switched it up halfway through. But man, does this one just get you excited in the show because like literally the start of it is just Sid just like bellowing out this amazing vocal and you're hooked immediately and it's
Hmm.
so upbeat and fun and like it fits the show so well. Like and I will say like none of the other Moggy intros got me this like excited and like to watch the show as the other ones. So thankfully like the show matched the hype. Like the intro kind of reeled me into the show and then the show continued the hype even when that intro kind of went away. So I feel like it's so good. I wish they kept it for the whole first season and they didn't switch it at all because it's just so fun. It's a really, really fun song. And like Sid's vocal range is just wonderful in it.
Hmm. It's one of those rare times I wish we could have the music playing at the same time, but
I
it's just
know. It's like
it's logistically just something that we can't do.
the only way you could do it is if like because I think you can do it if it's like exclusive just to a Spotify.
Yeah, unfortunately, but
If
I
we
don't want
don't
to.
spread it to any of the other ones, yeah. But
The thing is, though, we're on YouTube now, and that's a big flag right there.
yeah. So
So
womp womp.
yeah, so big no there. But
But hey, we'll have the so this is a good one to watch on YouTube because then you can have Spotify open and listen along as you watch on
yeah,
YouTube.
well, and definitely we'll have the playlists included as we said
Yes.
earlier. Okay, so my number 3 was the hardest one to choose on this entire list,
All right.
and you'll know why because it is Love Is Show by Masayuki Suzuki in from Kaguya-sama Love Is
You
War, the
didn't put
first kiss
Daddy
never.
Daddy Do?
This is why this one was so hard because all 4 Kaguya-sama intros are fucking hype as shit.
They
And
are. They are.
legitimately, I had to sit down and really think which one do I truly love the most. And I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love Love Is Show. It is
Yeah.
so perfect. It's like the perfect conclusion.
Is that the first one?
No, that's the movie one.
Oh, it's the movie one. Okay.
That's why when you asked me, is movie stuff okay? I
Oh.
was like, yes, because I'm including one.
I have movie in my outro list. Shit, spoilers.
Now we've
No.
already spoiled it.
Oh yeah, true. Never mind.
This
Take
song,
it
love it. So for those who don't know, the Kaguya-sama intros are like they go so hard. Like
They
the
do.
the singer Masayuki, he like has this big like kind of like almost like Sinatra-esque voice where he's just like very
Oh yeah.
strong and
It's
like
very big
upfront.
band vibes. Like the
Yes.
songs are very much like Sinatra. They remind me of like a modern Sinatra. Like I love them. They're so good.
Yeah. And all his themes are super good, but to me, I love Love Is Show because it is like the perfect conclusion to the whole Love Is War arc because the movie
Mhm.
famously ends with them officially together and
Yeah.
the whole Love Is War plot line is
It's
kind of
over.
it's
Yeah.
concluded and now we're into them the
Love is
stories of
show. Love is the
Love Is
show.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
It is so catchy though, and like it has like even like the female backup singers he's got going on through it, like the
Oh, yeah.
la, like it's
You
just so hype, and I love it. And it was so hard to pick one of those three, but this one to me is just perfect.
I did have, in it was hard. I had, like at one point, I had, like, 25 songs, and there was a few Kaguya-sama ones. It was hard for me to cut them, like, because they are so good, but it was hard. I struggled.
Speaking of struggles, what's your number three, Alex?
My number 3 was "Kickback"
Ah,
by Kenji Youn's Chainsaw Man intro. I mean, it's a bop. I was maniacally yelling at Bill whenever he skipped it. I would scream at him in utter rage of how dare he skip this intro because it was
I
such a
love
bop.
how the production for the song, like just like speaking musically, is kind of raw and like rough
Mhm.
sounding because it fits the chaotic nature of Chainsaw Man. Like it's got that very distorted kind of like feel to it. Like the vocals distort at times. Like
Yeah. Also, like when it, I don't know if it plays in it. No, it does play in the intro, but like there's that part where it's like la 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 in the middle, like where it suddenly just changes the tone and then it just goes right back into the da 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 da, da. Like
yeah,
it's
like the
I just
craziness, like that gif of Denji and Power just like shuffle dancing
yes.
together that you see all the
Yes.
time.
I
Like
love them. They're so it gets you so hyped for the show. And kind of I mean, we already talked about it, but like it's so fitting to the show. It gets you so hyped and it never gets old. Like I can listen to that again and again and again and again and it I can still listen to it again and again and again. It's so good. And that's why it's my number 3.
nice. Yeah, kickback is totally up there. All right, so my number two. This one was I knew was going to be on the list just in
Mhm.
general. I didn't realize it was going to be this high though. And after going through the list, I really realized how much I like this song. But it is "Kurakura" by Otto, which is the introduction for Spy Family season two.
Nice.
So coming right after watching One Piece Red and all of the Otto songs in that
Yes.
film, I really took a liking to her voice.
She's
So
very talented. She's
when
a
I listen
very talented singer.
when I listen to Spy Family, which Spy Family has grown on me as one of like the best new animes in a long time.
It really is one of his favorites.
Like it's so good. But when considering how much it's grown on me, when I immediately listen, so I didn't even wait for Spy Family to like build up some dub episodes before I started watching it. I watched the second it premiered,
Mhm.
and the second I heard this intro and I heard the voice, and I was like, I know that voice. That sounds so eerily familiar. And then I saw in the credits Otto, and I was like, oh, it's the One Piece Red Lady. I was
Yeah.
like, "Perf- this song just goes so
Oda! No.
basically, yeah. Um, so all of the Spy Family intros are like super hype. Like the first one by Mixed Nuts is really good. The one by
Mhm.
Bump a Chicken is also excellent. This one though, it just goes so hard. Like in it, the animation of the intro itself really is part of the reason why, because it fits the wacky nature of this show so well, and I fucking love it. I can't wait for Alex to hear like the watch it because she's gonna get it.
Yeah, I have listened to it already, and it is really good. It's on my,
It
anime playlist right now.
it
I'm
goes
excited
so
for more.
hard. Like, why does it go that hard?
Why
Like,
not? Why not?
yeah, but number it all the way to number like legit. It was the first thing I put on my list, and I knew it wasn't gonna be number one because of what number one is, but I immediately number two because I'm so it's so hype. So what's
Yes.
your number two, Alex?
My number 2 is Paint It Black by
Ah,
Biche, which was the Black Clover opening 2. This one's my favorite opening. This one I love this one. I feel like it really honestly, it was so hard not putting like multiple Black Clover ones on this
hmm
list because like all of them are great. Like there's really not any of them that are not good. Um and it sucks too, because like I love the last intro to Grandeur. Of course, it's not on Spotify. There's a pretty good cover by I think Nordex, or someone's cover. I don't know who's cover, but I have it on my playlist, and it's good. Like okay, it's covering for now, but Painted Black is just like it's that one where it's like I will always go back on the playlist and listen to it. It's so good. And
Nice.
honestly, all the Black Clover ones, like they go so hard. Like I try and tell people all the time, I feel like that show gets like shit on a lot, and it really doesn't. I feel like it doesn't deserve all the shit it goes through. It's really good, and the intros just kind of keep you going the whole time.
Mm.
But Painted Black's my favorite. It was the second opening, and it really got me hyped even more. The first opening is excellent too, but this one I feel like really helped get me more into the show as well.
The first opening's the one that keeps reprising throughout the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. We'll get into it, but
Yeah.
yeah. So the next part we want to do before we get to our number ones is we want to just do a couple honorable mentions because
How many did you do?
5.
5? Okay, I did 5 too.
I stuck to 5.
Yeah. It was tough. It was tough just even doing the honorable mentions. Like it was not fair.
And some of the 5 I picked honestly are probably gonna raise some eyebrows. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't really care because this is my list.
Yeah. I do what I fucking want.
Yes. So my 5 honorable mentions. We're not going to go super deep into these. We're going to just kind of give maybe a brief explanation.
Yeah.
First off, I've got Ho Ho Eme no Bakudan by Matsuko Mawatari. This is the opening intro to Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just
and
so
Bobo
hype.
flying on her broom. Yep.
Yep. It's so 80s and so hype. I love it.
Yeah.
I also
that
got
one is classic.
Yeah, I also have Easy Love by Sumeri Usaka. That's the opening intro to the first season of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. It's so metal as shit for no reason, and I love it.
Oh, it's metal?
It's like hard rock and almost
Oh
metal.
my god, that's awesome.
I believe the singer too is the Japanese voice actress for Nagatoro, so it kind of fits the tone of the series.
Cool.
That's
cool. That's kind of nice to have.
You've probably heard it a few times on my playlist. It rocks really hard. This one's a shout out to our buddy Slade. It's Specials by King Gnu from Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. You are my special.
I haven't even watched it yet, and I've already heard that intro so much.
I just like the vibe it goes. Yeah, I included that. I also included Flyers by Bradio from Death Parade.
Nice.
This theme goes wicked hard, and it really doesn't fit the tone of the show at all, but I fucking love it.
Nice.
And then my final honorable mention is AO 100 Shoku by Miko Itu, and that is the second opening for Komi.
Oh, nice.
It's got a nice piano to it, and it's fun.
Yeah, I noticed I have a Komi. I think it's an outro, but it also has piano, and it's very soothing. They're very nice songs, I will say.
They are sweet. But yeah, so those were my honorable mentions. Alex, what are your honorable mentions?
All right, my honorable mentions. We got Flyers by Bradio because
it's so hype.
It's so hype, and it's like just does not match the show at all, but it does at the same time. It's wonderful.
It's like big band. It's like so freaking
crazy.
No,
yeah, it's like it hooks you right in. And it's funny because I think it even starts. They're all like in this dance pose, which is not the show. It's wonderful. Watch that show. Watch the intro. My next one is Black Rover by Vic Blanca. Black Clover opening 3. Another one. Honestly, this one and Painted Black were really close. It was really hard to choose between these two. I love them both, but Painted Black it has just this different vibe to it that I love that one. But Black Rover also awesome because it's very much you can sing along with this one as well. I think it's English. I think it is in English, so you can sing along to it really easily, which I think is why it's very memorable. My next one is The Peak by Seke no Owari, which is the One Piece opening 25. Which is
opening 25.
It's not even there's opening 26 because they changed the opening for the Eggman arc, but not Eggman, not Dr. Eggman, Dr. Egg. I'm brain farting. Anyways, for the newest arc, and Egghead. That's the word, not Eggman. But
I
it's
am the Eggman.
no,
That's what
but
I am.
the peak, it fits so it's really the animation in this intro is so beautiful, and it's after so it's like the intro for Gear 5, and it's basically like it's like a very magical song, I would say. Like it's very upbeat and happy, and it just like it's almost like a parade march at one point, and it just fits the whole vibe of Gear 5 so well. I absolutely love and adore this intro. I'm sad that they already replaced it because it really hadn't been there for that long, and I really liked it, so I'm a little upset. Anyways, my fourth honorable mention is Contradiction by Kaseki featuring Tyler Carter. I completely butchered that. This was for God of High School, and if you want a song to like work out to and like run or just get super hyped, this is your song. It is so like it builds the beat up so quickly, and like it gets you so hyped, and then like the show is kind of disappointing, which sucks, but but the
Womp.
intro is bomb because yeah, the show it's a little disappointing just because it really didn't do the manhwa justice, but hey, the intro's a bop, so at least we got that. And then my last one, completely different from all the other ones, but I adore this intro. It's Let Me Be With You by Roundtable, and it's the intro for the show called Chobits. It's a very old show. Like I remember this is one of the first ones that I remember watching when I was younger and kind of exploring anime, and this intro is just like it's such a cute like bop of a song. It's very much like a very poppy song, but it's just it as soon as you hear the intro, you recognize the song. You go, "Oh my god, that's Let Me Be With You." It's a wonderful song. I rediscovered it recently and I've been playing it nonstop. So, had to put in my honorable mentions.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So number
Drum roll.
one. Alex might be surprised by this one. It's also the reason why I didn't say a word when she brought it up in her honorable mentions, but
Oh.
it is Black Rover.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So this was hard for me because it was between Black Rover and Black Catcher.
Yep. I assumed I when you didn't put a Black Clover one on there, I was like, "Oh, is Black Clover gonna be his number one?" Like I was kind of waiting. So
Yeah. So I initially wanted to do Black Catcher, and it was close, but Black Rover is just so much
there's
more
so
hype.
much hype. There's
Like
so
that
yeah
opening piano like riff that starts it,
yeah the
like, and then it just like goes fucking hard right away. And you can sing along to it. Like it is really catchy.
yeah.
And honestly, like I think that one has been in my like running and just workout playlist a lot lately. Like I've always liked it. If I need a Black Clover intro, that's the one I always put on now.
And I think I love that one too because like it really also kind of ties in really well with the show. Like when the Black Bulls are kind of going from all these misfits to really becoming a team and working together, and they're like their whole unity is changing, and it's very much like it's like a, yeah, we're a team, we're together, like this is awesome. And it really fits where the show is at during that time.
Mm, no, definitely. Yeah, honestly, like it was just such a bop. I had to include one of them, and it was so hard to pick between those
Yeah.
two.
I'm glad that one of the shows I made you watch is in your top 10.
Yeah, and
Way
it's
to
grown
go.
on me a lot. I was
Yeah.
just forgot how early it was too in the series.
Yeah. It's a good pop.
So what's your number one, Alex?
My number one is a song that Bill
Wow.
hates. It's
Lovely.
No Satisfaction by Dub Hump from Welcome to Demon School Arumacon Season 2. I
Wow.
love how stupid this song is.
Did you
so
pick this
goofy.
solely to annoy me?
No. Well, a little bit, but also because I just fucking love this song. It is such a goofy song. It's like it literally starts off like and I
I
would
just
play it.
remember this. I just remember the stupid chorus more than anything.
I love the intro. There's one part where the grandpa just goes like, "Are you ready?" It's so silly, and I love it. It's just it fits the vibe of the show, and, season 1 was also by the same artist, Da Pump. It fit the show, and then season 3, they switched up the artist, which I gotta say made me a little sad because I love how goofy and, like, very I feel like the intros are kind of going back to that almost 80s style of, like, anime intro, so I was a little sad when they didn't continue with him, but I gotta say, I love this intro. I listen to it unironically because it's just such a good bop. And it's just so fun to watching it because there's like one scene where it's like Aruma and then all of the misfit class and his friends and they're all just doing this little dance and it just oh I love this. I love this intro. And I love that it just annoys the shit out of Bill. Like I will blast it full volume in the car and he'll be like, turn it down. We're in the neighborhood. And I'll be like, no, I'm listening to it full volume.
Lovely. I was wondering because I was like, she's not doing a Demon School one, and she likes that show a lot, and I should have known. Pretty interesting that Inuyasha didn't make my listing, and that's because Inuyasha's intros kind of suck.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Especially that one was like, hey kids, let's all jump aboard
Well,
the train.
that's not in the actual intro.
Yeah, but it's associated with it, which makes it equally cursed.
Yeah, and most of the Inuyasha intros I learned aren't even on Spotify.
Yeah, because they suck. No one wants to listen to them.
It's not even that they all suck. Like Grip is
Not good.
okay, but Grip is just kind of it's fine. Like
Yeah.
Inuyasha has better outros. I will say that.
Yeah,
right
I
away.
can confirm the outros for Inuyasha are so much better and some of them iconic.
I'll say like the best Inuyasha intro is the intro for the final act, which is the only intro that Do As Infinity did.
Yep.
And
that's why that's why it's good.
But also it's arguably her weakest Inuyasha song. So
yeah.
But yeah, this was pretty fun. We actually did this a lot quicker than I thought we would.
I do wish that we could play the audio with it, but I feel like if you watch it on YouTube and then have the songs kind of pause, I feel like it will be pretty fun.
Or if you're listening through like Apple Podcasts or something, or any basically any podcast platform that isn't Spotify.
Yeah.
You can play along with it. So yeah, we already kind of hinted it, but the next episode is going to be outros. So
yeah.
We'll see you guys all next week when we talk about our top 10 anime outros, because let's be real, outros are very different from intros in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah. And this is really fun. I'd definitely love to kind of like what we talked the last time, maybe do this with some other friends in the future too, and maybe revisit this because as we know, more shows come out and the music only gets better and better each year. Yep, so
definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah. But anyways, guys, once again, thanks for joining us on the Gaming and Collecting Podcast. The Gaming and Collecting Podcast can be found on all your major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. We're also available on YouTube now, and you can find all of our links at linktree/theBarberWhoGames. Yep. And if you'd like, you can join us over at the GNC Podcast Network Discord server where you can get all things GNC, 3DO, Geek Addicts. What?
We didn't bring it up.
That's fine.
Channel. There's a new Discord channel in our. I mean, is it channel or is it?
Yes.
A new channel. I know Discord good yet. It's water bottle facts. Stay hydrated.
It's just Alex's.
All Kirky or get out. No liquid death allowed, Bill. You're banned from the channel. I'm gonna block you from the channel. Bill is not allowed.
You can't do that. I'm the administrator.
I'm gonna find a way.
Yeah. That's just Alex's water. That's Alex's propaganda channel, though.
That's just. I mean, it's my water bottle facts. Who doesn't love a good water bottle?
You've contradicted yourself already multiple times in it.
That's part of it. Goodness. What did I say? What did I say?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
But anyways, guys, once again, thanks for joining us on the Gaming Collecting Podcast, and we will see you all later.
No, you won't. Unless you're in the water bottle channel. You better go take a look at it. And you better contribute nice things about Kirky Boy.